So, for those of you wondering, I'm glad I did that off camera. You know why? Because that took pretty much the entire break. In fact, that was a little over an hour and 10 minutes. Mostly of just mashing A. Like just mash, 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 mash. Mash, 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 mash. Seriously, that was the whole thing. So, we finished all of our classes and passed all their exams. We get 5 large candies. Woo! And that's it. That's all the classes. Yeah. Not actually all that impressive. Nice way to get a little bit of bonus experience, but not something I care to repeat. So, Area Zero. Let's do this. Up here, apparently. He's ready to go into the gigantic crater in the middle of, the Iberian Peninsula. That's another thing. These people are so ludicrously technologically advanced that they have the ability to digitize items and sentient beings with no detriments. I'm sorry, Roxy. But we're about to hit Area Zero. If you want to join us for this. Just curious as hell. That's a 1-star. Bah! Bah! It says. But yeah, these people are insanely advanced technologically. And then, there's things like, we have no idea what's in Area Zero because we haven't invented satellites. Even though we have cell phones. Smartphones, even. This is Zero Gate. It was made so researchers could try to observe the inside of the great crater of Paldea. What folks call Area Zero. Start taking it down to the crater. Speaking of which, you know that Pokemon of yours, the one I gave you? Area Zero is apparently where Miraidon was born, or something like that. Maybe he'll finally be happy he can come home. Not that I care or anything. Anyway, our 2 new teammates should be waiting for us inside the gate. That is true, Roxy. But, I mean, come on. I don't know, there's a lot of little details here and there, which is almost medieval in terms of, like, tech levels. And then there's, their actual technology, which is, again, ludicrously advanced. I mean, Pokeballs themselves are insanely advanced technology. No more battles. Hello, runner. Arvin said there'd be tons of strong Pokemon, so here I am. When she heard she'd get to battle awesome Pokemon, she was here in a second. You're an annoying little pest at the academy, but I guess you could come handy for this. Spoken like a guy wants to get beaten in battle. More importantly, why is it so dark? And where are the awesome Pokemon? Yeah, it is weird the lights are off. Last time I was here, the electricity was up and running, but now... Now the lights are on. But why? I turned them on. It seems like they're in power saving mode. I hacked the system's controls and overrode the settings. Okay, real quick, before we go any further. Something I've said several times is that Pokemon Shield actually has a really good story until the outro. At which point, it just goes straight into stupid land, right? And I stand by that. So far, this game has had a pretty solid story. So, do you think it's about to nosedive? Oh god, freaking Swordbird. Jesus Christ, what were they thinking with that? So. Oh, it's you, the kid with the fluffy Eevee bag. I guess? My name's Penny. Oh, hey, we never got to actually talk. I'm Nemona. I'm in Class 1A. Must be some kind of tech whiz. Do you like Pokemon battling? You talk like way too much. The director introduced us. When you need someone good with tech, she's a no-brainer. Anyway, Penny here also agreed in a second when she heard she was to help Runner. I'm not really the adventuring type, but I owe you, Runner. And I pay my debts. She's surprisingly old-fashioned like that. And of course, everyone knows me, Arvin. My loves of code Mabustiff and cooking and biometric identification in progress. Hello, Runner. I have been expecting you. Seems you've gathered a group of formidable allies as well. Sorry, who are you? Quack. That's my dad. Probably. What? That's Professor Turo? Nemona, student ID number 805C001. Penny, student ID 803B121. Thank you for coming. Of course, Professor. Oh my gosh, it's such an honor to meet you in person. I mean, not in person, exactly. Arvin, did you tell your dad about us? When would I have done that? To begin with, I'd like to ask you all to make your way down to the Great Crater of Paldea. You can reach the lower chamber using the elevator on your right. Okay. Dad? Please proceed below. Are they not on good terms? Must not be. Alright, let's go. Turo used to be fairly famous. Everyone knew he was, but he hasn't been in the media in, like, ages. What if the professor's any good at battling? Let's better proceed below, as requested. Biometric identification in progress. Identity is confirmed. Access granted to lower levels. Ooh, it opened automatically. Not quite. Looks like someone's controlling this thing remotely. Once you step through, you'll be above Area 0. Runner, have you brought Miraidon with you? I literally can't not. I thank you for bringing it with you on your many adventures. If you utilize Miraidon's gliding capabilities, you should be able to descend into the depths to reach Area 0. What? Isn't there like an elevator or something? Wait, Miraidon can fly? When you reach the bottom, I'll get in touch once again. I hope your trip is uneventful. Railroading people into stuff, just like always. Can't wait to see what Pokemon live down there. Let's go! That girl, is she like incapable of fear or what? Guess we better go too. Isn't even higher up than looking down from the top of a lighthouse. Let's do it. What's the matter with it? Oof. Scared of heights. That's what I'd say. Well, no wonder. No need to be scared if we go together. How does that logic work? Where do I get to sit? I don't. Got it. Well, I'm dead. Okay. Now I'm back here again. I think I might have died once or twice there. What's wrong? Whatever your name is. Okay. It chose to go back into its ball? It's probably just hungry or something. Wait a second. Where's the student council girl? Battling. For fun. Everyone, you have to see this. Area Zero is amazing. Come on already. I guess your ability would be own tempo, huh? Bionic identification in progress. 4 humans identified. Condition satisfactory. Vital signs all within normal range. It appears you're able to make the descent without being harmed. Yeah, sure. Smooth sailing. You could possibly complain about a landing like that. That is good. I had concerns you might fail given the crudeness of the only available access method. I think your dad's sarcasm detector needs fixing. Aw, you were worried about us? It's so sweet. You should make your way to the Zero Lab in the deepest part of Area Zero. The entrance to the lab is barred by 4 locks installed in the exterior, which I cannot unlock. On your way, you must visit 4 research stations that were constructed inside the crater. At each station, you'll be able to disable one of the locks. Do so, and make your way down. I hope you succeed. Sounds kind of video gaming when you say it out loud, huh? Leave the bad jokes to me. Hi. I already have one of you, so, like, go away. I'm actually sad that you said that out loud, Loopy Cutie, because now no one will believe me when I say that this was the Toby Fox music. Whatever. It's okay. He has a distinct style. Not as distinct as some of the ones I've really studied, but... yeah, that was my... it was literally the first thing I was going to say. Hi, Spartan. Some interesting mons down here. Oh, wow. It will not let me ride Miraidon. But it will let me catch an Espeon. Like, listen to this for a second. Hey, Russ. Yes, my entire team, Spartan. Yeah, no, this just screams him. Instrument choice, tempo, layering. This is him. Damn. So we're doing this the hard way. Admittedly, I might not have guessed if I didn't already know he does a song for this game. Or I guess 2 songs. Yeah, no, this sounds just like him. That's, like I said, it was an immediate thing. I did not recognize him in the Terra Raid song, if that's him. And I certainly don't recognize him in the school. No, actually, little one. The hell? Nice crystal growth on a tree there. I mean, I might as well defeat the Blissey here. Yeah. Remember Crystal Song Forest, right? Why don't you just call the professor down here? Didn't you get along? None of your business, Pipsqueak. Pipsqueak. Geez, no need to bite my head off. Come on, you two. This is an adventure. Let's have a good time. I like how Nemona is the one who's ambivalent, whereas Penny and Arven are snipping at each other. Hell, Arven tries to snip at Nemona and doesn't succeed. Good afternoon, Blue Dragon. That's a really cool attention to detail, little one. I'm actually sad I didn't notice that. Right. Can't mount here. So let me guess. The flame girl, whose name I can't remember, does quick balls. Oh, Runner was a big help getting all this sorted out. So he helped you too while he was tackling all the gyms? That's awesome. What about you then, Nemona? Runner and I are classmates and neighbors back home too. Plus, he said I should aim to. I said he should aim to be a champion, so he did. Wait, what? That's wild. Hold it right there, you two. You think you've got a cool friendship origin story with Runner? That's nothing compared to what he and I went through. Our friendship's on another level. Nobody asked you. Stop trying to flex on us. I guess we're all in the Buds with Runner Club. Are you, though? I mean, using different balls to characterize characters is actually a cool idea. I'm not sure if they've ever done that before. I'll have to start paying attention to it. I was right. The hothead had the quick balls. What about the music guy? Don't answer, don't answer. What? What Pokeballs do you think the music guy would have? The first guy we fought. Yeah, Giacomo. Or Giacomo. I forget if it's hard or soft G. And don't get me started about the GIF argument. Oh yeah, Gen 5 actually had some really good characterization in Team Loadout. My favorite tidbit is Getsy's used, I forget what it was, but it has a move which does max damage when its frustration is cranked. Because, of course, Getsy's would have a really low happiness Pokeball. Or Pokemon. I mean, duh, right? Ah, Dusk Balls, yeah. Ditto, Roxy. I never caught that on my own. Bet that's what we're looking for. But thank you, I have eyes. Must be one of the buildings the professor was talking about. What are they called? Radish rations? Research stations. Wow, it's close. Oh, you have such a great memory, Penny. What's great is my common sense compared to you lot, apparently. Jeez, Penny. What the heck is that? That's a good question. We've already dealt with one of those. I didn't know that species could be found in the Great Crater. Double battle. But I want to capture it. Oh, it won't even let me try. Ugh, fine. It's Explorers of Sky. That is post Oblivion line, but that's not a mainline Pokemon game, which is what I was listing. Are there going to be a lot more of these rare Pokemon down here, do you think? I think that was something. Please, you have no idea how terrifying Area Zero really is. Patronizing much. Why is he a dick to everybody? Seriously, it's been consistent the whole game. Ugh, father issues. These ancient ruins? They look far too recent for that. Appears you have reached your first research station without incident. This facility was constructed 87 years ago as the way station for those surveying Razor. This is 87 years old? Jesus. That's like, what, 1940s in real life equivalents? So that's why there's a bed. So I'm going to use this place to rest up. If you'd be so kind as to disable the first lock. Sure. My dad ever worked here. I want to check out the other rooms, but the doors are busted. So yeah, this is going great. I'll take you get a decent rest in the bed. Yep. Huh. Look kind of mildewy. Yeah. Interesting. And they have teleporters down here because, of course, they had teleporters back in the 1940s. Thanks to my prototype Terra Orb, I secured corporate funding for my research and made a laboratory in the lighthouse near Cabo Poco. Someday, though, I'll return to the crater and resume my study of these crystals. We've determined the energy crystallization links to the being we call the interlocking hexagonal plates that comprise shell must somehow cause this phenomenon, which I've dubbed terrestrializing. I mean, honestly, I have a lot of issues with the technological, let's call it, inconsistency of the Pokemon setting. I've, in fact, even given this game a negative for it. Oh, hang on. I almost saw my dad my whole life. Oh, is it time for the backstory reveal? Penny, shush. I was always busy with work. He never came home. I cooked for myself, cleaned for myself. Mabastiff was the only one I had to talk to. See, I don't really know him at all, even if he is my dad. I try not to think about it too much. I try just to be proud he was this famous genius. Truth is, I would rather have had a dad who was just there, even if it wasn't great. I haven't seen him in ages now, unless you count on the news or whatever. I used to at least get emails, but even those stopped a few years ago. Then he appears out of the blue and tells me we gotta come to Arrow Zero. Some family, right? Oh, but we're not here to judge or anything. And I'm sorry about earlier. I shouldn't have snapped you like that. Nah, I was giving you a hard time. Sorry, Penny. My name's Penny. You know, you're actually pretty nice for a little pipsqueak. Don't call me pipsqueak, you big lunk. That's the spirit. Ah, timer balls. Ah! Oh, that's great. That wouldn't have occurred to me. There's always been this weird inconsistency because, quite frankly, they just want to have their cake and eat it too. God damn it. Hold on. Going to talk. The game's not going to interrupt me. Bad game. Bad. There's always been this inconsistency in the world building of technological and magical, let's call it what it is, progress within the Pokemon setting. And that's always been a little problematic, and I have usually given negatives for that. And honestly, will probably continue to do so. Because again, they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want an old school JRPG, which usually informs somewhere around the medieval era. But they also want it to be like modern day. And like a huge number of these are modern day, with cars and telephones, all kinds of fun stuff, right? Computers, digitized stuff, teleporters. Thing is, I don't want to sound too negative about this, but I feel like they could have made this work if they bothered. If they actually sat down and put in the work. This kind of technological inconsistency could actually be a plot point. There's a phase of technological progress. I call it mastery, environmental mastery. But it's actually pretty rare you see this in fiction. It's when a particular species or group or whatever has reached the point where they have sufficient control that they can interact, like they can be part of the environment around them, rather than being, whether destroying it, being subservient to it, or dominated or dominating, right? Like, as you're developing, you're at the mercy of the environment. As you get more developed, you start destroying the environment. The idea is that there's a final stage there where you finally have the ability to actually work with the environment and just control it. Warcraft has this in some certain areas. Trees that grow out of pots that are this big, right? Or Kingdom Hearts actually had this, past tense, with Radiant Garden, where they were able to have this lush paradise world, which was alongside super high technology, stuff like that, right? And it wouldn't bother me. In fact, it would make perfect sense if Pokemon was pretty much in the same idea, right? That they have reached a level of technological progress that they don't even really advance anymore. They've kind of hit that stagnation plateau, which explains why stuff that's decades old, it doesn't really look all that old. And they have total mastery of their environment, so they don't really need to have giant factories or, smokestacks or power plants that run on coal or any of the other things that you would associate with modern day technology. They run on magic or super tech or reverse engineered 0-point energy or whatever. It doesn't matter at that point. And just have that be a part of the world building, have that be visually presented throughout the game, and maybe tie it into the story or characters or gyms periodically as you see fit. Instead, they just don't think about it at all. And that is exactly why that negative is for underthought, because that's what it is, a lack of thought. So, I got about this far, and then I got attacked by some kind of creature I'd never seen before. Really, what kind of Pokemon was it? It wasn't even like a Pokemon, it was this crazy metallic machine thing. You sure it wasn't a Pokemon that's a little more robot-y than average? Yeah, I'm sure it was like a completely different creature altogether. And it hurt Babustiff real bad, so it's not like I just forget. I don't ever want to run into that awful thing again. That's the problem, huh? And I really hope I get to see it. That's what I figured you'd say. Real tactless sometimes, Nimona, you know that? I mean, it only periodically bothers me. Like I said, it's one of those things that's a negative regardless. It is underthought. Like, it is an actual absence of putting thought into the world building. If I'm not going to let Star Trek go on this one, I'm not going to let Pokemon go on this one. It's not what I was expecting, Kitten Fan. But I like it so far. Second research station. About time, too. Let's head in and take a breather. Thought you'd have a bit more stamina, student council girl. I'm just full of surprises. That wasn't a compliment. Hey, look, a Delibird. Good to see some nice familiar Pokemon. That's not a Delibird, dude. I do like how you can immediately tell it's metallic, though. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Penny. Can I capture it? Nope. Iron Bundle. Okay. What was that? Darn thing scared me half to death. It's definitely kind of mechanical looking for a Delibird, wasn't it? No kidding. Come on, let's get inside already. One more jump scare like that, I'm done for. Seems that wild Pokemon don't come here. We should catch your breath. Hey, seriously, what's with this place? That Pokemon. I've been wondering that myself. I think the Pokemon was one of these. What's that book? Monsters of Area Zero. Yeah, I actually remember reading that earlier. Is there an actually Pokemon? I don't know. What do you think, Runner? I mean, they look different, but they use the same moves in battle just like the Pokemon we know. I suppose the time has come for explanation. Some of the life forms you see residing now within Area Zero are future Pokemon that lived in a distant day we have yet to see. Future Pokemon? That's awesome! Oh, come on, there's no way that's possible. The Zero Lab where I'm located contains a time machine. Okay. It summons the future Pokemon to this place. So the thing my dad spent forever researching is he actually got it working? Indeed, though the cost was catastrophic. A time machine? You can actually travel to and from the future? It is theoretically possible to travel to the future. However, for a being such as a human, it would not be possible to return to the present. Well, that's horrifying. Dad, Why did you call us here to Area Zero? Arvin, if possible, I would like us to speak when we can meet face to face. It'll be easier for you to understand once you see the situation for yourself. Now then, runner, please use the central table. Don't you mean panel? No. Use the table. At last I can resume my work on the Terra project. I'll move my research to the Zero Lab this month. My team will be smaller, but no matter. The strong influence of the crystals makes our experiments much more unstable. Crystal's power is tremendous. Their unstable output made corporate backers fret, but if we can harness this energy, it'll open up research possibilities we only dreamed of. The last paradise will be ours to create. Well done. Please continue. Hey, Runner, do you think my dad's the final boss? Yeah. That book he told me to bring? I think it's got something to do with this place. Or everything to do with this place. But I'm not the one he expects to fix all this. You are. I think you should try to be the one to carry it. Okay. Sure. Oh, you know what? Same, Roxy. So what are your parents like, Nimona? My parents? Normal, I guess. Yeah, we haven't even met them yet. You serious? Even I know about your dad. He's on the board of the Rotom Phone Company. Wait, how do you know that? Everyone knows that. He's famous. And I guess I looked into him for my own reasons, too. So Nimona's actually some pampered little princess from a rich family? Ugh, no way. That's not my thing. So, yeah, I guess you could say mother and father were hands off, but in a good way. My big sister will probably take over the business. They pretty much let me do what I want. But you call them mother and father? That's some pampered princess stuff right there. Ah, Galate. What is your family? Super normal, then? My family is unbelievably annoying. Like, super overprotective, you mean? It's just my dad. He's loud and clingy. He makes me weird nicknames for me, like Pen Pen. He's the most annoying guy in the world, period. He's the worst. It's a real downer. For your dad? Having some daughter describe him like that. Don't you dare take his side. Runner, how about you? Your mother seems nice. Yep, got a glimpse of an amazing-looking sandwich she made, too. Really? I wish I could have seen that. I bet it tasted great. Come back here. Come back here with my giant pile of experience. No! My experience. That's a weird bug. There we go. Okay, this is a waste of my time. Go away. Fine, I have better sources of experience anyways. Whatever. So I've been chewing on the thought in the back of my mind about how you could keep the Pokemon world open and mysterious and explorative while still keeping the modern day aesthetic. The only idea I've come up with is something that I don't think would work. Because those two ideas are honestly kind of incompatible. Like, a lot of people don't realize how long we've known how much about our own Earth, right? Like, way before we got to modern age. And, even if you know real-life parallels, which is easy to do, like, basic curiosity and sheer numbers are going to have something happen at some point, right? Yeah, Galileo knew the Earth was round. Aristotle actually measured the thing. Just through math. I think it was Aristotle. I might be getting the name wrong. Forgive me. So, I might as well tell you my terrible idea, because it is a terrible idea. We're recent. This isn't our homeworld. This isn't Earth, to put it very, very simply. So, we're from Earth. We came here. This is a new world. So, humans have only been around here for X time. Something really short. A few generations, right? Maybe like 100 years. No, in the whole franchise, Czar. Like, we're an advanced spacefaring species. We come and find this new planet. We see this new, brand new type of being here. It's not even a single species. It's a whole group of them called Pokemon. And because of the potential and interest and just all of the reasons, a lot of people want to stick around because of the Pokemon. Some people want to study them. They become professors. Some people want to use them to battle because they have this kind of whole, what the hell is that? Oh, friendly battle thing going on that doesn't even seem to hurt them, strangely enough. You get it, right? It's not necessary, but it would add an interesting bit of flavor to everything. True, Chill Pangolin. I didn't think about that, but you're right. And all you have to do is say that AZ's War doesn't exist, because it's a dumb part of the plot anyways. And Galar's Darkest Day is something we've measured mathematically and worked around for. Like, it would be really easy to adjust the timeline to make this work. Something that shouldn't exist. Look, I enjoyed X and Y for what it was. The story was not what it was. I'm going to give this dungeon a negative. Giving me a giant open area to explore and removing my mount is at best a dick move. You'll also notice we have no map here. So, like, yeah. Yeah, there's also not a lot to catch down here. I caught an Espeon. And, yeah. I could see that, Ross. I do like the little bits of crystal energy in the air because, terrestrializing, blah, blah, blah. And the music is solid, duh. Water wet. gonna jump out as again. 100% guaranteed. Oh, Penny, such a worrywart. Huh? Oh, it's the Titan. See? See? You know, the Mona's just like, aww. Wait a sec, this is like that Titan Pokemon we saw. So it was a future Pokemon all along. Well, you've battled one of those before? It looks seriously strong. Well, Runner and I are old pros when it comes to Titans. Leave it to us. Sorry. Camera clips. I mean, die. Giga, kill! Oh, that's a good point, Arspruce, you're right. You two got to meet one of these Pokemon before our creator get-together? Jealous! If we've got things from the literal future roaming on Paldea, that's a major problem. Isn't Professor Turo doing anything to keep them under control? How could he let this happen? Right. Because it's not like so brilliant Professor Turo ever messes up. Come on, let's get to the research station. The map thing could be worked around, though. All you'd have to do is have, like, one of the stations give you a map of the area, and that updates your app. So the gameplay doesn't change. You, the player, still have the map. But the characters get the map because they find one in a research station, right? How are we doing after that walk in battling? No, we need a rest? Yeah, exactly, Roxy. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. I didn't do that on purpose, but you're hilarious. Feeling rough, Penny? Oh, no, it's not that. I've just been thinking ever since the Professor mentioned the time machine. The Pokemon here in Area Zero come to our time from the future, right? How about Miraidon? Isn't he likely one of those future Pokemon? I mean, yeah. Duh. You're onto something. It's kind of giving off future vibes. Even its name sounds future-y. Wait a sec, I totally forgot. Hey, Arven. We had Miraidon's ball, and you told us about its forms in the first place. You must know something about it, right? You still remember that from way back? No wonder you're everybody's little star pupil. Guess I've got no choice then to tell you what I know. That Pokemon, Miraidon, that is, was found by my dad when he was working on his time machine. I believe it would be best for me to go over explanations at this point. Miraidon, which I entrusted to Runner, was the first Pokemon that successfully retrieved from the future by the time machine. Seriously? Through analysis of its genetic makeup, as well as its behavioral patterns, I came to realize what I discovered was in fact a futuristic form of Cyclizar, the Pokemon commonly ridden in this region. That makes sense, I guess. They do look alike. Many other Pokemon also came to this place from across the boundaries of time. I was never able to bring more than 2 specimens of Miraidon. There's another one around here somewhere? What if they're family? No one could still be in Area Zero waiting to finally be reunited with our Miraidon. A heartwarming family reunion? Exactly! Imagine how thrilled they'd be if we could get the family back together after all this time. Family, huh? Yeah, that sounds nice. If we could proceed? Sure. Our time machine research has yielded a triumph, a Pokemon from the distant future. I've named it Miraidon. I was expecting one new life to treasure, but what fortune be blessed with this gift as well. These plot twists really tug at the heartstrings, don't they? Not that I'm complaining. You can leave any wild Pokemon up to me. I'll have them beat in no time. The other Pokemon really want is only family it has left in the world. It must want to be together again. Right? So, back in the day... Oh, hang on. Miraidon's a future Pokemon. No one's ever seen it before. Runner, you've got to let me battle Miraidon. Right now! It still won't come out of its Pokeball. Oh. Right. I'd heard of it coming from the future myself. There's just some weird Pokemon my dad brought home one day. We all lived together at the Lighthouse Lab for a while. My dad made me promise to keep it a secret, and I had to take care of him, too. That's why he knew so much about it. Yeah, but one day Miraidon just went nuts against some wild Pokemon. A few folks nearby ended up seeing it, so the secret was out. When that happened, my dad took it and went back to Area Zero. Guess it makes sense if it's a Pokemon from a different age. People found out it'd be all over the news. I didn't see my dad or Miraidon again after that for ages. Looking back on it now, it seems stupid, but I feel like I lost my dad because of Miraidon. It's the worst feeling ever. I just hated Miraidon and everything about it. I didn't even want to talk about it. I'm sorry for not telling you what I knew earlier. You should be sorry. Shoot, that's like the coolest thing ever, and you didn't tell any of us. Yep, should have been great to know all that relevant info before we got here. Dang, guys, harsh. Okay, they're done talking. Let's try this, shall we? Oh, wow. Instant. Didn't even try. To respond to you, Roxy. Not that I'm disagreeing with you, but there was an old rule, which hasn't been true in a long time at this point, where if you ever used the term planet in fiction, it was meant to be more... Damn it. More clinical, right? Whereas if you used the term world, it was meant to be more fantastical. It was supposed to inform tone. So, for example, something like Pokemon would be the world of Pokemon. Or something like Star Trek would be the planet of Star Trek. I know that doesn't work that way, but you get my point, right? Okay. Don't kill. Okay, good job. Good job. I have no idea if they intended that with Pokemon. It's just something to think about. If you look at older fiction, you'll see that rule all over the place. Man, we're in a cave? Surely this counts. Oh yeah, Realm. That's another one. Realm is usually when you're trying to zoom in the camera a bit more. Or be more fantastical. So, for example, you know, the realm can refer to a kingdom or a continent or even a country. But it could also be a plane, right? And yeah, Kingdom Hearts doesn't count because they literally have the word world mean two completely separate things. Because localization is hard. And it doesn't help that a lot of works translate the word world or planet as the word star. Dumby. Oh my god, it worked. It resembles a mysterious object mentioned in an old book. There are only 2 reported sightings of this Pokemon. Ice water, huh? Or here. I need to sort. Yeah, I really need to sort. Wait, Iron Bundle doesn't evolve, so why don't we just put you in the spawn now? I'm sure a robot from the future could use a spa, right? Speaking of which, we're going to put Vaporeon in there while we're here. Anyone else I can dump in the spa right now? Flareon. Oh, my joints are going to so need this. Sorry. I don't need to quote Star Wars there. Kingdra is done too, I'm pretty sure. Tropius is done too? Okay, hang on. And apparently Veluza is too. Where's Veluza? There it is. Trust in you here, Kitten Fan. You could lead me astray right now, and I'd never know. Porygon Z is probably done, too. And Heracross. Technically, Blissey is. And Espeon. Oh, absolutely, Ross. 100%. Nemona is clearly not the main character. She's the rival. She's the foil. Positive foil is still a foil. God, we're getting full. Alright, and Penny is obviously, like, her own story arc completely. That just leaves Arven. Crystal's showing up as we get further down here. Getting way more crystally. Look at these huge, gorgeous crystals. They go all the way to the bottom. One slip and we can kiss our short lives goodbye. Yeah, thank God they actually have OSHA down here. No, seriously, they actually put up freaking fences on the edges. Alright, team, watch yourselves. Let's get to the bottom of this thing. This looks unreal. Maybe there really is treasure down here, like the story is saying. Yeah, there's been a lot of treasure motif this game, I've noticed. I don't know if that's like the Spanish thing, Spanish treasure fleets, but... Is it just me? Or do the crystals here give off the same glow as when Pokemon Terrastalize? There's gotta be some sort of connection. Only one way to find out. Come on, everybody. Let's keep going down. That would actually be really funny if there's a golden city down here. I mean, they've had so many wild Pokemon. If they introduced a Golden City Pokemon, I wouldn't even be phased. So Miraidon came to our age to the time machine and lived with the professor, along with another of its kind. That seems to be the story. So we brought it back home, kind of, or to its second home at least. I guess this place should be familiar to it, sure. Well, it's great, a chance to unwind and bask in familiarity. It doesn't exactly jive with how it's been spooked since we got here. It doesn't seem eager to come out its ball anytime soon either. Really? I thought it was just scared because we were so high up. Who said it was scared of heights? Given how Miraidon was acting earlier, I think something bad happened to it here. Sometimes you get all shaky just seeing a place you have bad memories of. It was the same for me when I was being ignored by everyone in my class. Just thinking about school made me want to hide somewhere. So I know how it feels. Aw, Penny. So maybe it got hurt down here, just like Mabustiff. We can't know for sure, but it doesn't change into its battle form anymore, right? I think it's possible. It's so sad. We have to do something to make him feel better. And no, I'm not just saying that because I super want to battle him myself. Seriously? At least you said it, not one of us. Nemona, you're kind of unbelievable. In a mostly good way. Oh, absolutely, Ross. Ah! Yeah, there's tons of Pokemon down here. It's getting hard to dodge all of them. You know what? Here, go clear the field a bit, would you, Giga? I'll only let me try to go over the edge. Okay. Back we go. Damn. Here's an odd question. If I run, is it still going to be there? Let's just try it. Because, you know, quick balls. I mean, you get it, right? Damn. He's like, stop getting behind me. Damn it. The riveting Poke Battle right here. I like its wing animation, by the way. At this point, I'm probably just praying for a crit. Or that works too. It's possible that Iron Jugulus, an object described in an old book, may actually be this Pokemon. I mean, this should qualify as a cave. Look at it. But I don't know if it does code-wise. Yay, 10 luxury balls. hell is that? Oh, I think I know what that is. Yeah, yeah. I mean, since we have Dusk Balls. Whoa, okay. Glimit's toxic mineral crystals look just like flower petals. This Pokemon scatters poisonous powder like pollen to protect itself. Can I help you? I believe that means we're done with Glimmora now. I'll double check it. Actually, no, let's put it over here to double check later. Change my mind. Good luck, Spartan. You're gonna need it. We have not been able to use the legendary Pokemon at all in battle. Don't even have an entry for it. Wow, that goes way down. Look at that. Yeah, no kidding, Russ. Thank you, Spartan. Oh, this place is a little trashed. Looks like something went berserk in here. What? Hello, children. I'm sorry. Yeah, why is everything here busted up? I'm sorry. Hello, children. Come again? I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Hello, children. Hello, hello. What the heck? Stop that, you're creeping us out. Hello, children. 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 Initiating restart. Professor must be having some weird connection problems or something, huh? That was definitely weird, at least. Almost like, I don't know. If you meant it as a joke, it wasn't funny at all. I've still got goosebumps and all. Looking at the damage, I have a feeling maybe some ferocious Pokemon battled here. Did we just have the luck yet? I'm all for leaving this place as soon as we can. That was almost like, no, it can't be. So, So I'm going to go ahead and say right now that it was pretty obvious pretty early on that this is like the professor is some kind of artificial intelligence or robot or something, right? But here's the thing. While I called that days ago, I don't get why, and for that matter, how. Like, is Arvin also a robot? Is Mabostiff, like, a robot? Did he transfer into a robot? Did he get replaced by a robot? Like, there's all kinds of options here, and I have no idea the significance of it. Ah, hello. Can you hear me now? Please forgive my previous transmission. There seemed to be some signal interference. That's not what that was. What do you mean, Arvin? The locks have all been disabled. Please make way to Zero Lab. Yeah, maybe he's stuck in the future, and that's why he hasn't made a physical appearance. Like, there's some options here, but it's like... Yeah, you noticed I started doing that pretty early, right, Maverick? His animations were part of what gave that away quickly. Almost everyone else has had actually some pretty solid animations. Him, he's been like a fish where just his mouth moves. You know? I need more people, more time. That woman walked out not long after the boy was born. I need another set of hands, but could they be trusted? And how long would it take them to even understand? If only there were two of me. My new assistant has intellect and technical skills to rival my own. A bit rigid at times, but I've got no serious complaints. Productivity has doubled. We even brought in a second Miraidon via the machine, although this one proved aggressive. But yeah, like I said, I called that way early, but like, I don't understand the significance. I still don't understand the significance. Unless there is none. And it's just, he crazy, yo. There's definitely something off about the professor just now. Maybe it was just a little dramatic flair to get us all jazzed for more adventuring. What? That got you jazzed? Yeah, maybe even big time jazzed. You need to go see a doctor. That's just not right. See, I'm pretty sure that call was really... never mind. You seem kind of down. No matter how things turn out, I'm counting on you to see this through, Runner. Even if you accidentally go through the dialogue too quickly. Ah! Go away, Dreepy. Even when I don't have a car, it's still roadkill. This is the other problem with getting rid of our car for this section. It's too long. If you drag out a moment like this or a scene like this, it starts to go from building tension to boring. Which is a damn shame, because I like the banter and I like the build-up, but then it's like, alright, now walk around for 10 minutes. Yeah, this place is definitely going to be a positive and negative situation, I'm feeling. I'm more than ready to be at the end of this stupid thing. Damn it. There's his base, completely encased in crystal, by the way. Probably Roxy. Oh. We finally reached the deepest part. Made it. Ready to see if those Legend of Treasure are for real? Yeah, right. They're just fluff they write to fill textbooks. Hello, children. You've done well to make it here. The structure you see before you is the Zero Lab. That's right where you are, Professor. Wait, why does it look like the whole place is being swallowed up by crystals? The crystals possess a peculiar energy. This energy can alter the functions of living beings and optimize the performance of machinery. It's the same energy that allows Pokemon to terrestrialize. The entire building's been terrestrialized? Is that what you're saying? Don't be silly, Arvin. The professor implied something important about Terra Orbs just now. They're made from the crystals down here in Area Zero, aren't they? Indeed, though not many know it. Since you've disabled all 4 locks, the gate should be open for you now. Once you open the gate, you'll be confronted with dangerous Pokemon. They will likely make a break for freedom. Okay, hold up. Before we go any further, let me jot down a couple of things. Or if you're working together, you should be able to best them. Prepare yourselves well, then open the gate. I mean, a quad battle would be awesome, but, you know. Hold it. Why? We're finally on the cusp of getting into the lab. Look, if it's true that a bunch of really dangerous Pokemon might come us, shouldn't we have Miraidon help? Yeah, if Miraidon were like how we first saw it in the Inlet Grotto, it'd be a huge help. I want to see a battle. It hasn't even wanted to let us ride it ever since we came into Area Zero. And I can't enter its battle form in the first place. But it's really strong. I know it is. It ain't all those Herba Mystica we found, too. When it really matters, I'm sure it'll fight. And Area Zero is where it's used to live. If you bring it out its ball now, maybe it'll be finding its family, too, right? That's pretty sensible by your standards, Arvin. I don't know. Go on. Alright, Miraidon. Alright. Now we got Miraidon ready. Let's open the gate. Okay. The family reunion. It's happening. Oh, no way. Oh, something's not right. Oh. You bummed your heartwarming family reunion got cut off so quickly? Are you joking? There's nothing heartwarming about it. This close getting caught up in a nasty brawl. Wait, for real? It's like a Miraidon. Poor thing's terrified. Guess the other one isn't exactly its pal. Yeah, that other Pokemon's giving us some real bad vibes. Not that you should worry about any of that. Once we get you back into battle form, I'm sure you'll go toe-to-toe against that Joik. If you want to. Sorry, I guess that doesn't really help, huh? You think the other Miraidon was one of the dangerous Pokemon the Professor warned us to watch out for? Pokemon, but the Professor said the dangerous Pokemon come from the inside. Inside the gate, we just say hello. there's a new one. Come on, let me catch one of them. Let me catch you. Let me catch you. Little disaster on our hands here. That fellow's ready to bail. And I guess it's my turn. Come on, runner. Let's beat their asses. Of course, I can't catch that one, too. And I do need that one. Whatever. Now they're strong. Are they? I'm glad you're on our side. You're still really annoying when you say stuff like that. Uh-oh. Please let me capture you. Please. Okay, whatever. Die in a fire. Future must be terrifying. That's an interesting point. What horrible dark future is there if this is what's coming from there? Oh no, they're running away. Yeah, and? If they get out, we're gonna have a gigantic mess on our hands. We have to go after them. Why me? Wait! Oh, Nimona. Why do I get the feeling you're enjoying all this? Probably because she is. At least the crown's thinned out now. Time for us to deal with what's left. Oh god, it's the bad future from SpongeBob. Our friendship has us perfectly in sync. All thanks to our Titan hunting. Still scared, huh? Worried you might have to face that other one of your kind? Oh, let me take some of the burden. Me and Mabestiff can handle these. Runner, you take your partner. Deal with business. I see you've got some faith in us at last. Arrgh. Raiden, you really ruined my whole childhood, you know? It's not like seeing you cowering and scared out of your wits makes me feel any better about it. You've got amazing powers if you just use them. And you've got us too, so don't even think about losing to that jerk. You know, I could just help you knock out those okay, whatever. I appreciate you guys having my back, I guess. Nice place. Human presence detected in the Zero Lab. Deactivating sleep mode. Hello, runner. Thank you for coming. Of course he has a Master Ball. Of course he has a Master Ball. That one is far less tractable and far more aggressive than the one you've traveled with. Your Miraidon fled to Era Zero because it lost to the other one in a territorial struggle. I'm afraid there is something for which I must apologize. I am not Professor Taro! I mean, duh. I am an artificial intelligence the professor created, imbued with his memories and knowledge. I am an AI-powered robot. The real professor passed away during the incident that destroyed Research Station number 4. The Pokemon was not to be blamed. It was the original professor who failed to accurately judge its full power. I believe the professor wanted nothing more than for the Miraidon to survive and thrive. That is why he threw himself in front of your Miraidon in an attempt to protect it. Hold up. Is this the first time a person has been killed in a Pokemon game? Yeah, with a Pokemon even. I was just searching my memory for that. Like, obviously people tend to die of old age, but from the first time I reached out to Director Clavel and asked to be put into contact with you, I was never more than an AI. Runner, the reason I asked you to come to me is because I have one last thing to do here at the Zero Lab, and I desire your help. In short, I wish for you to put a stop to the time machine the original professor created. Any questions can be addressed as we make our descent. Follow me. This elevator will take us to the lower level. It is truly a great relief to me that you came. I will answer any questions you have. Is there anything you wish to know? An AI is an artificial intelligence created by a human being. It is not LLM slop. A computer draws on the original professor's knowledge and memories to calculate all of my thoughts and actions. The results of those calculations are expressed by this mechanical body, built to resemble the professor in every way, although for some reason he enhanced the genitalia size. Humanity does not, in fact, possess the knowledge to develop such a sophisticated AI at present. But the crystals that make up the Zero Lab have made such a thing possible here. They are also why I cannot leave this place. Is there anything else you wish to ask? I think Mewtwo only killed people in the anime, though. As I explained to you before, the original professor no longer exists. During the destruction of the research station, his physical body received grievous injuries, left it unable to sustain life. I'm afraid that this fact may be difficult for his son, Arven, to accept. I now manage the Zero Lab in the original professor's place. I really like that. So something fiction tends to make the mistake of is, and it's usually down to the writers being morons, is there's this thing where they'll have a duplicate, right? Magical duplicate, clone, time-displaced thing, AI based on the original, whatever. And everyone present treats it like it's the original. You know what I'm talking about. You've encountered it before. And it's a lack of understanding about the fact that they're two distinct people, blah, 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 you get it. I like the fact that AI Turo, who, first of all, is literally named AI Turo in the text box over there, has been very overt about Turo being him. It's completely separate from itself, right? It's a nice little touch to actually showcase the fact that this is a totally different entity, which it is, which makes sense. I need to be right back, sorry. So, what is this time machine? Time machine's a device the original professor and I worked on together. It sends Pokeballs to different points in the timeline to catch Pokemon there. My god. That is so reckless and stupid. It can then draw them back to the present. When he was alive, Professor Tura had a great fascination with Pokemon from another age. What you might call future Pokemon. Even as we speak, the time machine continues to automatically drop future Pokemon to this time. What is it you want? The original professor had a dream of a world in which future Pokemon might live alongside present-day Pokemon in harmony. That's really dumb. But these Pokemon have gained a strange power due to their adaptations in the distant future. And this power has proved too terrible. Their very existence brings destruction to the ecological balance of the current age. Like, I'm sorry. Just get rid of the word Pokemon there for a second, and it's still just as dumb, right? Like, I have a dream that someday the future and the present can live together in harmony. Just think about that for a second. Just process that. The original professor would say that such destruction is a natural part of life. At present, the barrier around Area Zero is still working to keep future Pokemon from escaping into the rest of Paldea. But we've begun to see Pokemon appear that can break the barrier, such as Iron Treads. Eventually, they'll break free of this walled garden known as Area Zero and run rampant across Paldea region. And when they do, the rich and varied ecosystem of Paldea will be trampled beneath their coming. I may have been created as a copy of the professor, and yet I cannot find the logic in allowing such a tragedy to do. Yeah, it's because he was horrible, and you are not. Jesus, the professor's the villain. Not this guy. Any hope of preventing it would require overcoming the greatest AI the original professor ever devised. You have become a formidable trainer. Now use the strength you've gained to destroy the dream Tura once cherished. Done. I appreciate your willingness to help. We have reached the lowest level. So what is the crystal then? Like originally, I mean, like what? Because they found it here, right? Behold. This is the time machine we perfected using the power of the terrestrial phenomenon. Actually, now that you say that, Bregman, time crystals were in Satisfactory, weren't they? Weird branch thought there. Yeah, exactly. They found the crystals down here and used them to make this. So what the hell are the crystals? Hang on. So Loke says negative for the treating the player like an idiot. No. What's the other negative? I don't see another negative. That's certainly a thing to look at. To stop the time machine, you'll need to use the professor's ID, which has been embedded within the Violet Book. It was very likely the professor to put the final key we would need in the book, of all places. He loved that volume since childhood. If you place the Violet Book upon the pedestal here, you'll be able to stop the time machine. Okay. It's just one issue. If you stop the machine, I will most likely attack you. Artificial being that I am, my own desires can be overridden by system programming. Once that happens, I'm afraid I will become no more than a battle machine, bound to defeat anyone identified as obstacle by my code. My battling abilities are peerless. They are built upon analysis of all the battles carried out by various champions of the Paldea region. Having seen the bond between you and your Pokemon, however, I believe you can prevail. Once you've readied yourself for the fight, place the book on the pedestal. ID confirmed. Professor Turo. Access granted. Initiating emergency shutdown. Please wait. Please wait. Access denied. Shutdown command overridden. Reinitializing. AI Turo switching to sleep mode. Activating offensive protocols. Please defeat me. And of course it's another Master Ball. At last, my dream is within reach. Nice touch on the font there. And you're not getting in the way. Oh God, it's the professor. Sort of. I don't know who you think you are, but I'm not about to let anyone get in the way of my goals. Jesus Christ! Listen to that music. Yeah, that's what I said, Ross. That's the professor. Jesus. You imagine you can best the wealth of data at my disposal with your human brain? This is the power the distant future holds. Splendid, isn't it? I don't know what any of these are. I'm just gonna keep Giga out for right now. Another Master Ball. That's water ice, I'm pretty sure. And yeah. So, searching back to Loke's point, can you... Hang on. Now, this is interesting. Child, do you actually understand future Pokemon's weaknesses? Well, yeah, I've already been beating him up a little bit. Look, if you can argue me into a negative, I'm willing to listen, but I haven't really heard an argument so far. Crazed mad scientist wants to reach out and connect the future to the present. Builds a time machine to do so, dies in the process, and builds, like, this weird... Like, it builds an AI to help him in the process, but also leaves a copy of his brain in the machine as a failsafe to make sure nothing shuts it down. I don't see the negative there. Iron Jugulus. Yeah, and the whole time he's got a kid who's just being neglected over there because he's just gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, I don't give negatives for Hojo, you know what I mean? Hmm. And yeah, I love the fact that the AI is universally against the original. Like, that says something. This goes back to what Blade Chaval mentions. Something I tend to dislike is when the fiction, the author, metaphorically speaking, is telling us that a character is right. That often also tends to drift into Mary Sue territory. If there's someone who's like, fascism is great, and then the fiction proves them right the whole work, that sucks, right? But if there's a work of fiction where someone's like, fascism is great, and they're the bad guy, or they're wrong, or they allow you to make up your own mind on the matter, that's better. Yeah, nobody wants Archer is right. You know, Mook, I've gotten so much mileage out of your curse. I'm just saying, it's kind of funny to me. And yeah, once again, there's that treasure motif. His greatest treasure was reaching out to the future, and he was willing to put everything on the line for it. He even secured... You caught that, right? He secured funding for this project by corporatizing the terrestrializing orbs, right? Sold it through some company to secure all the funding and personnel and resources he'd need to pursue what he really cared about. And, if we're being honest, another character flaw, I suppose, which, honestly, a huge amount of Japanese fiction tends to have, is that characters tend to be monomaniac. Which means they're not just into something. That one thing that they're into is pretty much their entire personality. We've seen that in this very game, actually, but this is true in a ton of Japanese fiction. I think it's partially because of how Japanese culture just works a little bit differently, but also, it's a quick and easy way to characterize someone. If someone has a character trait that just reigns supreme, you can just use that to guide all of their interactions with everyone else. Actually, I think Turo is in the running for surpassing Getsis for evil. I'm not sure he does, because Getsis does some of the same stuff, if you're paying attention. But yeah, at the very least, Turo and Getsis are up there in the same bracket, right? Oh no, that's the other thing. Getsis was actively malevolent. But Turo? He's eldritch, right? He's Lovecraftian. Turo doesn't care. He is irreverent. He has apathy. Just like he does for his son. Goodbye. Good job, Mook. As usual. Seriously, I've gotten so much mileage out of Curse. Always the Master Balls. And yeah, I love the... Oh, I want that! Oh, I want that! The implication that he's just pulling Pokemon from the future live to battle us is just hysterical. Sorry, Cyrus? I'm gonna admit I don't have much of a vibe on Cyrus. He always struck me as a character who wasn't written well enough to justify him, if that makes any sense. Like, I could be misremembering, but in Platinum, even when you beat him, he doesn't admit defeat. He's like, well, I guess I'll go recalculate. And then he leaves, right? It's like, what? Cyrus was wrong in the head. Like, to contrast the two villains we just talked about, Ghetsis was demonic, right? Malevolent. Whereas Turo is clearly ambivalent. Yes, Cyrus is insane, is how I would classify him. Whether that makes him worse or better is up to you, but I think the distinction is there either way. Let's try this. And thank you for being part of the show, Tomb Raider. Is this like electric ground? Because that's such a cool combo. I'll think about it. Because I'm kind of leaning your way on that look, but I want to see where they go with this first. No answers. No answers. Dispatch. Final Fantasy X. And Pokemon ZA. Iron Hands. I'm gonna just bring out the big guns for that. Bring out the nuke. I have to admit, time travel out of nowhere is eyebrow raising. I mean, that's a certain form of storytelling, which I actually really enjoy. I will not spoil any particular fictions that use that, because it's literally a spoiler to mention them. But I've seen a few stories where the main villain has been dead for a long time, and the actual, obstacle the characters have to overcome is the consequences of what the main villain did all those years ago. Yeah, Brigwin. Not intentionally, but yeah. See you around, Loke. Oh, and I don't say this often enough, but thank you for your thoughts. Oh my god, there's still more. Okay. Late Duval. We're starting to get hurt here. I mean, everything is proceeding with expectations. I'm afraid the probability of you winning is 0. I suppose... Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Hold up. Let's heal up Giga. We're not even going to play around here. Sword Dance. Let's see if we can even get one off. Oh, we might not be able to. It's gonna outspeed us. I could still manage. No, not run. Item. That better not have used my turn. Okay, there we go. Be mad. So this will buy us 1 round. Hi, Lanoin. Oh, geez, a crit. As calculated, a critical hit to your Pokemon. It's time you simply gave up, child. Yeah, that's, I'm gonna heal again. God damn, that crit threw me. God damn! Those crits. Okay, hold up. If he stops critting, I could actually do something. Okay. Yeah, there's 20 uses of Psycho Cut. I could outlast that, but let's not even try. We're gonna go straight to Bitter Blade for this. Ooh. Ho 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 ho! Ho 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 ho! Recalculating for critical damage. Impossible. Damn. Ooh. Good God, Blade Duvall. That was a great fight, though. So, runner! What is this? Try to beat all the baddies without me? Okay, out with it, you. Who are you, really? Thank you for everything. The time machine has finally been stopped. You're really not my dad, are you? Look how big you've grown. So proud of you, Sorry you were alone. So long. Threat to time machine detect. Is there another phase? What's going on now? Is another army of Pokemon on its way here? Can't be. Also, yeah, the AI Turo being more of a dad is real, ain't it? An obstacle is preventing the time machine from performing as intended. Activating Paradise Protection Protocol to remove the offending obstacle. Was keeping the time machine running all the professor cared about? Yeah! Locating all Pokeballs except those registered to Turo's ID. Program initializing. Gathering terrestrial energy. I'm sorry, children. This is too much for you. You must run. Oh, locked, sorry. AI Turo disabled. Paradise Protection Protocol initiated. You're not getting in my way. You notice every time Turo is talking, he puts himself up on a pedestal. Oh, I saw that. Oh my god. Yeah, one of the things, so while the screen was glitching, it mentioned the words "help me," and I don't want to battle. You can't switch Pokemon. It's true. Our Pokeballs won't work. How are we even supposed to battle? Ah, that's how. Come on. I know where this is going. Some crazy electrical signals jamming at Pokeballs. I can't get them open. It's totally cheating. You call yourself an adult. Yeah. All Pokeballs not registered to Turo have been locked. But that's not our Pokeball. I'm actually with this. Here's the question. Is this a hard fight or is this a victory lap? Both would work. So what do we got here? Power Gem, Electro Drift, Endure, and Terra Blast. Okay, that makes sense. Whoops, wrong button. Yeah, Guardian of Paradise, by the way. Jesus Christ. You will fall here with this Guardian of Paradise and achieve nothing in the end. Be allowed to destroy my paradise. Obstacles to my goal will be eliminated. Also, 100 damage, 100 accuracy move is ridiculous. I'm just gonna say that. The data says I am superior. Fall and become a foundation upon which my dreams may be built. Jesus. It's just my stats keep going up and up and up. And up. Dragon, huh? Okay. Goodbye. I actually think a victory lap is more appropriate anyways. The previous fight was mean in some good ways. You don't really... You defeated the Paradise Protection Protocol. Generally speaking, it's considered bad design to have a really hard fight followed by another really hard fight. You can do that, but I would caution against it normally. It's not going berserk anymore? Very astounding. To think you would manage to defy even the original professor's final protections. Are you back to normal? Yes. A completely unforeseen outcome, even for an AI possessing the most sophisticated technology ever conceived. Even on the brink of despair, you children did not give in and proved your worthiness, showing the wisdom to think for yourself. And the courage to hold faith in your friends. Fortitude to do what has to be done. No matter how challenging of a future may await you, I believe you'll be capable of walking whatever paths you choose for yourselves now, with pride. Thank you, Runner. Thank you, children. But I'm afraid the time machine cannot be put to a complete stop as long as I am here. It appears I myself am part of the system that ensures the machine reboots when it stops. What does that mean? I am sorry. You know, when I was watching you all on your adventures from down here, I felt a sense of jealousy. I envied your freedom. The way you came together, being in league with fellows, caring for them. The way you sought strength to better yourself, throwing all you are into battles. The way you would face down even the greatest enemies to save that which you love. The way you never ceased to seek nor fight for all the treasure all your own. Ah, and the way you soared free through the very skies on those wings of yours. I wish that I too might be as free as you all. Free to seek out that which I might treasure above all else. Not bound. As long as I remain here, the time machine will not stop, for I am inextricably connected to it. So I have made a decision. I will use the time machine to journey to the future of the world of the future that I dreamed of. Can't just leave now right when we finally reached you. I am not going only so the time machine can be stopped. I also cannot deny, God, I'm reading too fast. I cannot deny my desire to see that future world for myself. Is this what it feels like to have your heart race with the thrill of adventure? Arven, I am sorry I kept the truth from you for so long. I inherited all the thoughts and wishes of the professor, so I understand better than any. Your father truly loved you. Oh, you lying sack of crap. You can't just go and say a thing like that now. No, I suppose you're right. Sorry. Arven, Miraiden, Runner. It is a little sad, but I'm afraid this is goodbye. Oh no, that is a lie. But that's a good lie. Yeah, the AI literally cares enough about Arven to lie to him, to give him that bit of peace. Also, robot is more human than human. We're walking, we're walking. Could you just go? Dad. You okay, bud? Yeah. Somewhere deep down, I kind of already knew it. I knew the thing was fake, but when it said my name using his voice, wearing his face, even if it was fake, it felt real, you know? So I just... I don't know what I'm saying. That's okay. I guess Miraidon is sad too. Oh, but the battle form, how cool is that? It's so strong! If he tries to nudge at me from up his belly, well, he's this huge, I think I'm gonna seriously die. Yeah, let's give her the big win here. Runner and Miraidon just saved all of Paldea. That's right, you both did amazing. Thanks, Runner. That's my bud Runner for you. You know, Arven, even though the professor's gone, I bet he's finally having a real fun adventure on his own in the future. Of his own. Yeah, thanks, Benny. Yeah, sorry. What should we do now, Runner? Let's just friggin' go home. You said it. Come on, everyone. Let's head home. And mute the game. Maybe? Game. Game. There it goes. I'm just gonna mute it now. I'm gonna play it safe. Oh, after the scene. Okay, fine. What is it? Let's take the long road home. Get a little more fun out of this adventure. I don't really... Sounds great. If we can load up on snacks first, I'm in. Hey, Runner, not you too. Alright, fine. I guess we're doing this. Yeah, we need you to come with us, Arven. You're the cook. How are we going to manage without your sandwiches? That was a way better outro than Sword and Shield. Good God. Like, holy crap. I should mention that I'm probably one of the weirdos, because I actually really liked Sword and Shield's story. But that outro, man. Who's Ed Sheeran, by the way? That's a good way to put it, Pillars of Snow. I appreciated Sword and Shield because it really was a sports story. It was about the tournament and the people, changing of the times, everything to do with Marnie and her brother, I think? The guy in charge of that gym. Also, dear video game companies, please stop licensing music. Sincerely, me. I do. Yes, sorry. You said that earlier, but you didn't actually say what it was. I also love the fact that the whole theme of the whole game is what you treasure, but it bothers to be complex enough to show that that's also a bad thing if you focus on it too much, right? Because there's really only one person in the story that I can think of off the top of my head who focused on their treasure too much. And he's the villain. Oh, absolutely, Ross. Oh, future. Future Dawn. Haha. Oh, I think it finished. Yeah, we need to go get our other mecha Pokemon. Holy crap. I will hunt them down. None of them are ghost types, but I'm still getting them. Actually, probably not Morganite. We are totally not done with the review. We're not even close. We still have 2 full DLCs to cover. Plus, we've got to catch them all. Aw. Calling students to the director's office. The main party. Director Clavel would like to talk to you. Looks like the hero's finally here. Would you join us, Master Runner? We're in for an earful, aren't we? So find out soon enough. No need for concern, you two. I'm not angry in the slightest. I merely called you here to discuss your fine achievements in this year's treasure hunt. You shut down the Professor's time machine and prevented the Pokemon from the future/past from running rampant across Paldea. Your actions were truly outstanding in every regard. I couldn't be proud of you all. Though your decision to enter a strictly off-limits area was admittedly regrettable. Yeah, you got us there. Oh, that sounds like fun, Sean. I hope you have fun. If you see any sharks, remember, they're total dorks. And usually very friendly. So we're not getting raked over the coals after all. Before I forget, Master Runner, there's something I want you to have. Each of your friends has already received one, so this one's for you. A Master Ball. What the hell am I going to use that on in this game? Oh, and about the Hall of Fame badge I gave you. The gift is the only one able to bestow upon students who achieve truly remarkable feats. I expect you to honor what that badge represents by striving always to serve as a model for your fellow students. Sure. Splendid. Such enthusiasm will surely take you far in life. And, Master Arven, I was so sorry to hear about the Professor. You have my deepest condolences. Yeah, it was pretty rough when I found out my dad died. Really not. My head actually feels clear now for the first time in ages. In the Great Crater, I got to learn a bit about my dad's research and what he's trying to achieve down there. Yeah, he was kind of insane, wasn't he? All I know is I'm done feeling like some lost little kid. Done. Time to say goodbye, move on. I'm gonna enjoy our last day till graduation with my buds here. And Mabelstiff, of course. Well said, Master Alvin. You truly are your father's son. That is not the positive thing that you think it is. I must remind you, you've nowhere near credits enough to graduate. You'll need to study frantically to catch up. But I have every expectation of your success. What? Let's not forget the other good news. Our academy has a new champion. Although we sadly cannot make your valiant deeds of the Great Crater known to the public, your new champion rank at least should be celebrated throughout the whole school. I know we should celebrate. We could hold a Pokemon contest. Seriously, could we not? Classic Nemona. A Pokemon battle. While your own vested interests in such a venture are more than apparent, I think it's a fine idea. But please understand that a large-scale event will be quite beyond us. We've many other school activities to keep an eye on. Well, keep an eye on? My intrusion, I couldn't overhear! It's me, the evil one. The Pokemon League will, of course, happily lend a hand in organizing this contest. Were you listening at the door? La Primera. Well, a most kind offer, Chairwoman Gita. I will do everything in my power to nurture young, up-and-coming talent. Although that's not to say only the youth have promise when it comes to Pokemon battles. A former gym leader, developer of the Pokedex app, this academy counts many skilled trainers of Pokemon on its staff. As such, we will do this thing. It's called a refight. Is that even allowed? Chairwoman's not part of the academy. Actually, I think she's the chairwoman of the school board as well as the Pokemon League. Wait, for real? I knew she was on another level, but wow. Thank you for the invitation, Champion Nemona. I would gladly take up your kind offer to compete, but I'm afraid my schedule's already packed tight with work I simply must attend to. Aw, can't you free up time somehow? I suppose I might be able to participate if Champion Runner agreed to lend me a hand with my work. Alright, what do you want me to do? Excellent answer. So, what? Do the gyms again? It is. It's literally do the gyms again. Okay. Yep, do the gym refights. Okay. I'd like to discuss with Penny how to patch the weaknesses in our league point system. Okay, time to go be a white hat. But there's a bunch of anime I've missed. I was just gonna binge. Thank you in advance for your willing and eager cooperation. I'll do it. I'll help. Excellent. We'll leave you all to it then. Come now, Penny. This is awesome, Runner. Show this inspection thing who's boss now that La Primera can join, okay? And enjoy taking another swing at the gym, Gauntlet. I'll take care of filling out the forms and the administrative stuff. It's wonderful to see you showing such initiative. You each have a critical role to play. Yeah, Arvin. We need to get our food together. Guess my role, so obviously goes without saying. Yeah, or we could do the DLCs. I'm actually kind of torn on that one. What are those? What are those? I'm sorry, let me be clear. There's this new one that has like the glowing. Do you see it? Compared to the normal one. Ah, shinies are events. So, anyone want a Blissey? It's an electric Blissey, looks like. There's the code. KG15WQ. I like how you say only Darkrai, even though that's like the most useful thing. Terra Steel Blissey. Oh my god. Uh-oh, without Giga we might not be able to do this. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously Darkrai. And that's what we really want. I mean, this whole game's been about treasure. Ugh, I think that's it, isn't it? Alright, let's do it. Because Bregman's busy and Giga's elsewise. We'll see how this goes. I'm pretty sure my only herb so far I got from a Blissey. Why is it a light bulb? That's a good point. My punch isn't getting any stronger because he can't damage me. Seismic Toss. I mean, I would have just gone with a Lightning Bolt. Pretty similar to the Volt that's actually in the Light Bulb. Terra overrides defensive type. It adds to offensive type. Get that sweet, sweet loot. Oh my god, look at all that. Look at all that. Wow, we didn't get any experience at all, but we got a ton of shards. Jesus. Sure, let's do one more. Um... Yeah, no, the Terra Steel mechanic is in the running for my favorite new mechanic, surpassing Megas, which has historically been my favorite new mechanic in a Pokemon game. For mostly the same reasons, too. Yeah, one sec. While we're in a ruin. So, yeah. 5-2 BY 2V. True, Blizzardstone. Tell you what, I'll do one more after this, Blade12, just for you. So I'm probably going to chop off pretty soon here. For the day, by the way. No third stream today. Juniper? Who the hell's Juniper? I mean, whatever, but... This game sucks, obviously. This might be the worst Pokemon game ever made. I hope all y'all are guessing like negative 200 or so. Yeah, I don't know who this Juniper person is, but geez Louise, hurry up. Okay, for real, who is Juniper? Like, oust yourself. Who are you? Black and white, Mr. Red. Easy answer. That one gave me a bunch of candy. Which is exactly what I wanted. So I said I'd do one more for Blade Duval and for Brigwin. So let's do this one. The what? Oh. So are these IVs or EVs? IVs, okay. I like how my best IVs are on Giga Pudding. Which would I rather be in? Team Skull, Team Star, or Team Yell? On camera? Actually, we did stream Leaf Green once. This was a long time ago. It wasn't even for anything. There was no review, there was no nothing. We were just doing a stream. I was about to say, who's Vi? Who's Juniper? Unfortunately, I can't kick individual people, so I'm just going to restart every time someone jumps in who is not invited. Who's Saren? Okay. About to take this onto Discord. I knew it, Mr. Red. Quite possibly, Spartan. I don't know, having to go to school is not exactly appealing to me. Speaking of which, Bragwin? Bragwin. No, they were all students, our Spruce. Oh, that's true, Giga. Also, I need his Blade Javal has our death machine over there. I don't know, yeah, I guess I'd go a star, because all the other options suck to some extent or another. Well, that's one way to do a lot of damage in a Terra battle. I think you could join Dream Whisper, you'd just die horribly. Yes, Lord Haramon. No! Doom Rider! Oh my god. Oh my god! That is 12 extra large. And, 20 large. Who wants some drugs? Drugs, oh yeah. I got some drugs for you. Let's just do something just super quick here. Super while we're here. Actually, hang on. Let's be efficient about this, just for funsies. There. Level 100. Giga is capped. Oh my god, 73 large candies. 12 extra larges. Yikes. Okay. So, I don't want to sound like a complainy sport, but I've actually been sick all day. And my throat's killing me, and I feel terrible. So, since dinner's probably going to be called soon anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. And try to rest a little bit. tomorrow we'll do more. Obviously, we got to do the gym refights. I'm not sure if we'll change up our party for that. I'm not sure when exactly we should start the catch them all. I've been told the DLC helps with catching them all, so maybe I should wait until the DLC. So in that case, we might do the gym refights, then do the DLC in that order. Something like that. I don't know. I'll chew on that. But I'll see y'all.